on.
In this video, we're going to set ourselves up to finally play our uploaded video. So we're going to make a couple changes and add a component here. So in our roots directory, we're going to create a new file, video.js, import React and component from React, and GQL from GraphTag, and graphical higher order component from React Apollo. Got a couple styles here. Not a whole heck of a lot going on here. We've got a class video that's going to extend component, and in our render from our data prop, we're getting loading and get video by ID, which is our query down here. And if loading return null, then we're snatching all this data that we get from GraphQL. And we're finally rendering a video, regular old video element with a source of our URL inside a styled container. And we just basic styles, just margin and a height, that's all. And controls to get the native video controls. So this is our query, which we're going to create as soon as we're done here. We're going by a video ID. If you remember our file uploader, you could click a link in there and go to /video/ the ID after we saved our video. So we're going to get this from the params, the match params video ID. So we're going to look up the video by ID and bring back all this info plus the owner of the video, which is a user, and bring back their ID, username, and image URL that we'll use later to display in here. So we just did our graphical higher order component. There's our query and our options as a function of props, variables, video ID, and video. And then of course we imported it into our roots index.html, and inside of our switch we just made it /video /video ID with the component video. Of course we imported the video component at the top. So on the back end we had to, actually we didn't have a URL in our schema for video, so we had to add a URL to our schema for the video. It was already in our model. And then we added a new type query in get video by ID, where we're passed in the video ID of type ID, and we get a video in return. One big thing we had to do that I forgot to do when we first set up our models, in our user model, we had our videos, which was a schema types object ID array. We didn't have the ref. This ref is important because these IDs reference the video. They reference the video document or the video model. So we need to put a ref in there. So this is type and ref video. And then in our video, our owner, which is type schema types object ID, these are user IDs. And we got to put ref user. Very important for what we're about to do in our query. This is our query resolver for video. This is our get video by ID. And we're going to have an async function of root. Our argument is just video ID, so we use object destructuring right there, and models. And we just structure the context for models. And in this case, we don't need the actual user. So all we need to do is return, and we're going to await the models.video.find by ID, the video, using the video ID, but we're going to use a special, mongoose .populate. So .populate takes that ID that we saved, because we didn't save the username, we didn't save any other user information besides that ID in the video model right here. But Mongoose lets us populate it if we want. So all I have to do is call .populate on the owner, which is the name of the property that has the ID, and Mongoose automatically populates that user takes that ID and spits in all of the values of that ID. And then we do .exec at the end. And this is pretty sweet with no callbacks or anything like that with our async await. Really short and sweet, and pretty cool way to relate. Pretty easy code to relate to two different models inside of our two different tables. They're not even really tables in MongoDB, but it's basically relating two tables of data through their ID. And pretty easy code, just a couple of little lines. So that let us do, that's what lets us do this query here, where we can get user properties, and we're querying the video's model and still getting user model properties here. So up here, it's just going to be the URL of whatever ID we upload. So right now, we're on npm start. We don't have any list of videos or anything like that yet. All we have is one at a time video uploads, which is perfectly fine for where we're at right now in the app. So boom, we're still running that all user query on the home page just for fun. We go to our upload page and click on that, and we'll pick a video to upload. And any old video will do. And then we click our upload button. Snaps us right over to here. So this is going to upload, and then when it's done uploading, we'll get that link over here in the upload status. We'll get a little link that will link us to that new video component, because that's how we designed everything. Whatever, my video, my description of my video. This is awesome. So everything's kind of, at least the basics of it are kind of coming together, you know. Got everything set up, and now we've got our video going into a storage bucket. And there's our status complete. Now we just have to click this. This saves it to the database. And then we can click this, and it should bring us to that video we just uploaded. So it brings us to, /video, and then the ID. And there's our video. Definitely be cooler if we figure out how to get posters. I was looking into another cloud service called Cloudinary, and they have all kinds of built-in video and image manipulation built right into their SDK, right into their their software. That looked pretty cool. I haven't looked into it much, and we already put AWS on here. I'm leaning towards just using another bucket and letting a user, in that second page, letting a user upload an image real quick, until I can figure out how to get this image. Really, I mean, I guess, it doesn't really matter, because you're going to get this poster anyways. The only way you're going to get something cool is if I let you upload a photo. So just to check it. Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, we're going to... Yep, it plays. Design a basic nav bar. So there we go. Now we're going to have to build up... I guess we build up some of the stuff below it. Display a description and title and stuff like that, and comments. And then we have a video list. On this side, we still have the search component, so we still have plenty of stuff to do. We'll see you in the next video.